Tiana Tozer from Portland, Oregon. An excerpt from an intercultural essay, honorable mention winner, Minority Report.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to dedicate my reading to my great-godfather, who is in the audience today, Bill Perry, who at 103 has finally joined a minority. The Land Rover hits a rut. I guess that's what it's called, even though it's 24 inches deep and 12 inches across. I brace my feet against the floorboards and reach for the grab handle above the door. I grip it with both hands. On the bench seat and back, one of my colleagues hits his head on the ceiling. We pull into the center of a village. The tukels, mud huts with thatched roofs, are scattered around the outskirts. Everyone comes out to meet us. In America, when a black man enters an affluent white suburb, everyone locks their doors. But here in Sudan and in other troubled parts of Africa, when I, a white American, arrive in a village, everyone comes out to meet me. They think I have money, or that I'm giving something away, or that I will do a project in their village. I am the state director in Southern Kordofan for a $53 million USAID project called Building the Responsibility for the Delivery of Government Services, Bridge. In a country of kings, I am the king of kings. At 43, I've never been married, and I haven't had male roommates since grad school. Every morning as I sit at the dining room table drinking my Nescafe, the finance manager walks by in his towel. On his way back to his room from the shower, houses in Sudan are often piecemeal, he never fails to stop at the dining room sink to hack up a loogie before entering his room to get dressed. I roll my eyes and try to keep from gagging. The irony of my situation is not lost on me. My male colleagues refer to me as Omugalanda, a Ugandan word that means the one who closes the womb, or the last born. Since I am the second and last born of two children in my family, they have bestowed it on me as a nickname. It's how they call me for dinner or to get my attention. Most of my colleagues have numerous brothers and sisters. When the discussion came up, we laughed at how confusing this would be in my family, because my brother would be Omugulanda. Can you imagine my mother calling us, Omugulanda, Omugalanda? How confusing would that be? I asked, thinking that the designations worked much better in African families that tend to be larger than Western families. In the evening, my roommates, colleagues, and I sit outside around the plastic tables. After we've eaten, we talk and play Scrabble in English. We talk about our families, home, work, cultural differences, and we share stories. One night as we were sitting in the courtyard, the subject of my disability came up. In more than a year, not one of my Sudanese colleagues had asked me about it. But that night, after it was revealed that I had been injured in a car crash, John, the government officer from the Nuba Mountains, said, "We thought you'd been injured in Iraq." During my forced trip to the Nuba Mountains of Southern Kordofan to visit 6 boreholes, I traveled from village to village with 5 men, all Sudanese. We were checking to see if the boreholes, wells attached to hand pumps, which provide clean drinking water to the villages we had just repaired, were still working. After lunch, as we arrived at the 3rd borehole, a group of children who'd been playing gathered around, curious about the white woman and what we were doing. One young boy, about 4 years old, took one look at me, burst into tears, then ran and hid behind the group. "It's okay," I said in my softest voice, reaching out my pale white hand like a specter from his nightmare. My efforts to reassure him only resulted in more tears as he cowered behind the group and tried to put as many people between him and me as possible. "I hope I didn't scar him for life," I said, as we laughed about the situation all the way back to the car. "You're probably the first white person he's seen," John said, laughing. "Not only that, if he has seen a white person before, you're probably the tallest one he's seen," Yassir added with a grin, remarking on my height of 6 feet, "or at least the tallest female. Because of my height, 6 feet, my white skin and blonde hair, my male Southern Sudanese colleagues assured me that I was worth 180 cows on the marriage market." The average dowry for a Dinka girl was 70, but that was before the 2011 war. Thank you.